Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel, dbougie86 here again, and welcome to my update for the month of October. Yes, didn't really grab a lot of stuff this month, just a few things here and there, plus stuff that I just got into review and stuff. Just usual, like normal stuff, and this isn't like probably the smallest update in a while, to be honest. But before I get into it, I'm going to show you a few like extra things that I got. They're not movie. They are movie related, but they're not going to be like movies. You know what I mean? Well, first off, if you saw my unboxing of the sleeve box that I did earlier this month, I actually got a few extra things with my Indiegogos. And of course, if you haven't seen this yet, this is the Chaos AD poster, autographed by members of the cast and crew like Chris Woods, Lisa Marie Carr, Ashley Lynn Caputo, Bob Glazer, Sean Donahue, all that good stuff right there. Cool stuff right there. And I also got the soundtrack in the mail, and when I get to the actual movies, I'll be showing you the movies also of Chaos AD. Really good soundtrack. If you haven't picked this up, I'll leave the link below to where you could actually pick up a copy of this. Really good stuff. And I also got a book in the mail. I actually ordered a book. I actually plan on doing a book review on the channel. Something that I've been thinking about doing because I did want to get back into reading a little more. So I decided why not, and I wanted to actually check this novel out because it's actually from one of my favorite directors. Actually wrote this novel, and that's The Headman's Daughter, which is written by Brian Trenchard Smith. If you don't know him, he's the director of like BMX Bandits, Dead End Drive-In, Leprechaun 3 and 4, and Night of the Demons 2, Turkey Shoot. Just an interesting director with his filmography of films. And I'll get more into him later in the update, of course. So check that out in the future. That's coming up. And now on to some DVD goodness. Now I did watch some of these. Some of these I have seen before, so you know it's not really that crazy amount of like DVDs this month. Small stack. So let's just get into it. I actually just got this in the mail yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to actually check it out. It was sent to me to review through MVD. So I'll be checking this one out soon, and there'll be a review up on my channel soon. And that's Bubba the Redneck Werewolf. Kind of like a horror comedy type deal. It looks very fun from the cover, at least. I think my buddy Mood616 actually did a review with this during his 31 Days of Horror, which got me interested, and I'm glad that they sent me it to review. So I'll be checking this one out really soon. So look out for that in the future. This is a funny story with this one. I actually ordered the single edition of one of these films, and they sent me this double pack, which is weird because I think this is like out of print now, but you know what I mean. Well, I ordered the Blue Underground version of Macabre, and they sent me the old school Anchor Bay double feature drive-in of Blade in the Dark and Macabre, which is actually kind of funny because I actually ordered the Blu-ray of Blade in the Dark after I got this in, and I actually own the Blue Underground single edition of this, so I have 3 editions of Blade in the Dark now in my collection. But the main reason for this film is Macabre, and that's for a reason. I'm actually planning on doing something with that film later in the special like review slash podcast type deal when we cover Lamberto Bava on the 22 shots of moods and horror. So that's actually the main reason why I wanted to pick up Macabre, so that's why you see it. Good stuff there. Grab the Aerodrome edition of Pen. If you don't know about Aerodrome, it's a subdivision of Aero Video, which is kind of like just a standard like DVD of certain cult titles, but they have like cool covers and stuff, and they have like the reversibles and all that good stuff. Not really many special features on this release, but still cool to I actually own Pen, and I didn't pay that much for it either. So all good in the hood there. And this is actually the one of my favorite things that I got in the mail in October, and that's Chaos AD, the limited Indiegogo edition. I have number 3 out of 100. This one is signed by all the members of the cast and crew, also same as the poster. We got Ashley Lynn Caputo there in the middle with her signature. Cool, nice person, by the way. All these, most of these people that I've talked to, Bob Glazer, Kat Phoenix, Lisa Marie, Chris, Sean, they're all very nice people. And if you haven't checked this film out, check it out. And really cool stuff that my actual yours truly's quote is right there on the cover of it. So that's awesome stuff right there. And they also sent me the standard release of Chaos AD too, which I don't really need another copy, so I actually might be giving this away on the 22 shots of moods and horror in the future to one of our subscribers. You know, it'd be cool to actually have like let somebody else get a chance to check this film out. So I might be doing a contest and sending it their way in the future. So if you're a subscriber of the 22 shots of moods and horror and you haven't left a review yet, you might be seeing that in the future. And also, I got a awesome copy of another film that came out last year from the Sleaze box, and I actually own this film already, but it's cool that I really wanted like a signature signed copy of it because it was actually a very good price too when Sean posted this, the director of this film. So I jumped on it, and that's the signed copy of Death Squad Service. I actually really enjoyed this film. It's fun and kind of very sleazy stuff, I have to say. But of course, that has Bailey Page's signature right there. And then we got Bob Glazer, Chris Woods, Sean Donahue, and Paula Teresa. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. I probably butchered it. I'm sorry, hun. Very nice people who were involved with that film. And very fun film. This one I got to review from Artsploitation. That's Killbillies. I actually did review this during my 31 Days of Horror. I thought it was okay. If you haven't checked out my review yet, I say check it out because I did have a few issues with this film that I couldn't get past, but it was still watchable for what it was. It's like one of these like hillbillies, like survival, neck of the woods, backwoods type films. But it was well made for the most part for what it was. It had like great cinematography and stuff. So just check out my full review for my full thoughts on this one. But really good release besides, well, watch my review and you'll know more about that. And grab this. I did own this a while ago, I thought, and I was like, why not? Well, I did need it for a certain thing that's coming up this week, actually recording. And that, of course, is The Mother of Tears by Dario Argento. This is his third in the Mother's trilogy, which I'm actually kind of excited to revisit because I actually don't remember this one that much. I have seen this film before when it first came out. Like I said, I did own a copy beforehand. That was before I was really into collecting, though. And I'm kind of curious to recheck this one out to see how it was and what I remember of it. So, yeah, if you're not subscribed to the 22 Shots, November is Italian Horror Month. And we're doing Dario Argento as our first show of the Three Mothers trilogy. So check that out coming up next week. So good stuff. And we got Seven Women for Satan from Mondo Macabro. This is a French film that was actually banned in France. I actually haven't checked this one out yet. Probably review it down the line, either on Body Bags or my own channel. So look out for that in the future also. And we got this one. The funny story is, my buddy Moods actually reviewed this during his 31 Days of Horror, and I ordered it before his review posted, like 8 minutes before. And I ordered this, so this is kind of cool, and that's Dead Meat. This is like an Irish zombie film. I actually haven't had a chance to check this out. I'll be checking it out soon. Give it a watch. Kind of interested in this one. Always interested when like I hear about like Irish horror films in general, because there is a few of them, but there's not that many, so it's good to hear about other ones. So that was it for the DVDs. Now on to some Blu-rays. First up is the release of Burial Ground from Severin. Actually did a review on this on my 31 Days of Horror. Really stellar release from Severin, man. Just killed it with like the features and stuff. And the transfer on this is top notch. If you haven't picked this up and you are a fan of this film, I highly recommend it. Really awesome release from Severin. Next up, we actually had on the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror Facebook group. If you're not a member of that group, I'll leave the link below. Every year we do like this special contest known as Secret Satan, and we did it this year. It's kind of like a Secret Santa grab type deal, and I got 2 titles from my Secret Satan, who's actually the retro slasher Andy, who I actually did a live chat with like yesterday, last night, and it was pretty awesome. If you haven't checked it out, it's on his channel. Very fun time. We had a few guest appearances and stuff on that too. And he grabbed me Frightmare, which I did actually watch and reviewed on the 31 Days. Actually, really cool film. And The Stepfather, which ironically I have never seen before. Yes. Before you kick me in the throat, I know there's like certain films like from eras and generations that we still haven't seen yet. And this is kind of one of them for me. I know it's kind of like, really? You never saw The Stepfather? Yeah, it's kind of odd. It's just maybe I wasn't really into that kind of stuff when this film was like in the video stores or whatever, and I never got a chance to actually pick up this Blu-ray. But I finally have The Stepfather, so I will be watching this. And it is an 80s film, so you know what that means. Yep, it came from the 80s, is coming back soon. So this will be reviewed soon on that. So look out for that in the future. And another one that will be coming up actually sooner than that, because I actually already recorded it and the review will be posted sometime during this week. And that, of course, is Kino's release of The Pit. Fucking oddball film. That's all I'm going to say. This kid on the cover is one fucked up kid. That's all I'm going to say. Fucked up movie. Another one that was sent to me to review by MVD/Draft House is the new release of Men and Chicken, which it's not really a horror film. It's more like a dark comedy type deal. But I'm interested in it because it has Mads Mikkelsen in it. He's a very good actor, and I like him in films, and he was on Hannibal, of course. So I'm interested in this film, and this is a Danish film also. So can't wait to check that one out. One I reviewed on Body Bags recently, and that is The Whalen. Really fucking cool film. I actually highly enjoyed this. If you haven't checked out my review yet, check it out under my Body Bags playlist, or just go to the channel Body Bags. The link will be down below. So look for it to find my review of it. Awesome stuff. Next up, I did order a few arrows from the Arrow sale. I actually ordered a pin from the Arrow sale also. I forgot to mention that. And I got a few Blu-rays from Arrow Video during their sale. And the first one, of course, is Dead End Drive-In. If you haven't watched episode 89 of the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror, that was actually my first episode on there, and we did Ozploitation Week on there, and this was one of the films that we reviewed, and we actually all came in at the same rating on this film. It was pretty exciting. I actually highly enjoyed this film. This film was a first time watch, and this film, of course, is directed by Brian Trinzod Smith. So it was a very ecstatic experience to actually talk to the guys about this film, because it's actually a very interesting way we swayed into the conversation, and it came into like a little debate at the middle of it and stuff. But really fun show. If you know, we've reviewed Den Drive-In, Road Games, and Wake and Fright. Really fun show, and I've been having a blast on the 22 Shots. Did 3 shows so far, so awesome stuff. I'll leave the links to all where you can find those shows that we did so far, and I'll leave also the video links if you're not like an iTunes subscriber, because Moods does post the videos in his channel also. So I'll leave all the links for all the information so you can check out those shows that I've been involved in so far for the month of October anyways. And another one I picked up for the Arrows is Mario Bava's The Girl Who Knew Too Much. This is also known as The Evil Eye. I've been collecting the Bavas from Arrow because they're stellar editions, because they have a lot more special features than the Kino releases. And I just like, well, once you have like one Bava film, kind of this the way they are set up. I don't want like all the, I want all the Bavas with the Bavas, you know what I mean? Kind of like that type of deal. So I'll have like all the Bavas from Arrow and all of the Palmas from Arrow, besides Carrie, which I did order from Scream Factory. It hasn't come in yet. So either way, I love my Arrows, the way they look on the shelf and stuff. And I picked up another Bava film, and I actually never seen this film before, and that is Lisa and the Devil. With my boy Telly Savalas. Telly. Kind of curious on this one, because this one actually does have like both versions of this film. Of course, The House of Exorcism was like the AIP cut of this film, where they recut it and kind of a different storyline from what I heard. But I'm curious to check this one out. I want to actually might watch that today actually. I did pick up a few Code Reds. I don't pick up Code Reds a lot, but when I do, it's usually films that I love or films I'm just curious in and stuff, and the price is right on them. But either way, Code Reds are hit and miss for me, but these 2 releases are stellar in my opinion. And that, of course, is The House of the Edge of the Park, with my homeboy David Hess and directed by Ruggero Deodato. Love this film with a passion, and the transfer on this is actually pretty solid. I'll admit that to myself. And it's cool to see this film with like a corrected like color transfer, because the Streak Show DVT has like a discolored look to it. But awesome release by Code Red. And another actually fucking awesome release is, I actually did review this in my 31 days, is Mutant. Yes, this was actually a fucking sight to see. Like the transfer was like brand new. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But fucking really fun film. If you haven't seen Mutant yet, and you are, or if you are a fan of this film, I say grab this, man. It's actually a fucking cool release. Cool special features on that one too. Also, a good friend Brandon from the Exploding Heads Horror Podcast, he actually picked this up for me, and that is Wrong. This is from the director of Rubber. I will be checking this one out soon too. Want to actually get into some more like dark comedy stuff, and this one's kind of a bizarre story about a guy in search for his dog. Who knows? It is from the director of Rubber, but it looks awesome. Cool cast. William Fichtner is in that film. Also got this Ender review from Unearthed Films, and that is Francesca. One of my favorite films of the year so far, I have to admit. Fucking great release. Fucking 3-disc edition. Love this. If you're a fan of Giallo films and you haven't seen this yet, I highly recommend it. It's a really stellar film. One of my favorites of the year. Check out my review day 7, I believe, on the 31 days. When I review that one. I also reviewed this one, and this one is fucking as good as that one. And that is Masks. Fucking love this movie, man. Just want to listen to the soundtrack right now. That's how good this film is. From Rail Gore Releasing. Fell in love with this film, man. Really fucking stellar stuff. From a German director, Andre Michal. If you haven't checked out Mask yet, I highly recommend it. If you're a fan of Giallos, it's up there as one of my favorite films that I've seen this year. Even though this film is a 2011 film. So, if it wasn't, it would be my top 10 for sure. I'm not sure how that one works. Yeah. And the last release and the release of the pickup or the month or whatever you want to call it is The Hills Have Eyes from Arrow Video. Stellar release from Arrow. Cool stuff. The poster of this could slice somebody's throat because it's how cool it is. In the box, you could just kill yourself with the skull. Fucking awesome release from the awesomeness Arrow Video. So that's it for the update, guys. As I said, that's it. And I hope to see you soon with some more content with my channel. With, of course, a book review coming up, a few reviews coming up. I'm going to be doing the Top 10 Tuesdays again very soon. I'm actually going to take a break today just because I just did 31 videos in 31 days. So I'm taking another day off from that goodness. But I'll be back soon with more videos for you guys. So I'll see you then, guys. Peace out.